Good morning and welcome to Morning Pulse. Happy Wednesday. It's October 22nd. We're happy to have you joining me here. I'm Kelsey Marier, your host and producer for Morning Pulse. I'm bringing you the top local headlines for Southeast Minnesota and Northern Iowa on your Wednesday and every weekday at 8:30 right here from KTTC's digital studio. Appreciate you being here. Today I have three headlines to bring you today, kind of spanning all across our area, and one little nugget for our sports fans in the house today. So we'll just get right into it so that I can get you your news as quickly as possible, but still make it informative and accurate for you so that you know what to expect for your day ahead and just kind of know what's going on in the communities around you. So we are going to start our Morning Pulse first headline in Northern Iowa. So a story that we've been following for a while has kind of come to a little bit of a close. It's a court case, kind of a trial. So or a continuance of a trial, we have learned the fate of a man who was charged in the death of a teen in Decorah. He has learned his fate in court. He is charged with, he was convicted of second-degree murder. We're talking about 66-year-old James Bachmersky. He has officially been sentenced now to 50 years in prison for his crimes in the death of 15-year-old Jade Colvin. She went missing back in 2017, and before the gavel struck during the court on Tuesday, the judge did request some recommendations from the state and defense kind of regarding the sentence. The state had argued that Colvin was a juvenile and was at risk, and that Bachmersky took advantage of her within the 4 days of her coming into his care. Additionally, a judge says that they will be ordering, the judge says an order will be entered requiring Bachmersky here to pay $150,000 in restitution due to the fact that there was a death in this case. So just a little bit of an update on this case. It's kind of coming to a close now, and to this day still, Colvin's body has not been found. So the latest update here and kind of a close in this is that the suspect has been sentenced to 50 years in prison. Our next story this morning, we're going into Olmsted County. We are officially kind of right in the middle of National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, if you didn't know. But Olmsted County kind of wants to put out a reminder for parents about the importance of blood lead screening for their kids. So early testing is one of the most effective ways, the county says, to prevent the harmful effects of lead exposure. So according to Olmsted County officials, only about 30% of kids in Olmsted County received a blood lead test by the age of 3. That was since 2022. However, the Minnesota Department of Health actually recommends that all children receive this test at age 1 and then again at age 2. So just kind of some numbers there for parents to keep in mind. Lead exposure, if you didn't know, can really have some dire consequences to like the overall health and development of a child. It can lower their IQ, it can slow growth, and even cause some hearing problems. So definitely things to keep in mind, and make sure that you know those different age limits and kind of the times when you are recommended to get testing for your kids for lead poisoning. And again, it is National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, and that is why we are putting out this reminder, or letting you know about this reminder from Olmsted County. Our third and final Morning Pulse story today is a little bit more of a sports headline, but it's kind of a big one because the NBA 2025-26 season has officially kicked off, and that was yesterday, was kind of the start of the entire league's season. However, today is a big day for the Minnesota Timberwolves because they have their first game tonight. First game of 82. So they're going to be starting their campaign on the road tonight after a 49-33 season last year. Anthony Edwards and the Wolves are starting their first game of the season for 2025 and 26 against the Portland Trail Blazers. Obviously, both teams right now have not played any other teams, so it's kind of the first for both. And according to Sports Illustrated, I looked this up this morning, Edwards is apparently on the injury report. He's listed as questionable due to back spasms. So we'll have to wait and see if he is indeed going to play in tonight's game or not. Obviously, that a lot of people are going to be watching to see if he will be playing as one of our star players for the Timberwolves. That's a big deal, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But if you're interested in watching this game, tip-off from Portland, Oregon, the Moda Center is where the Trail Blazers play. The tip-off for that game is at 9 o'clock p.m. So it is West Coast time, obviously, or it's a West Coast game, so it's a later time start for us here in Minnesota, but that is okay. We are still going to cheer on our Timberwolves as they kick off their first game of the season. So kind of exciting there for sports fans this morning. So that's all the news, headlines, and I guess sports that I have for you this morning. Before you go, quickly, I'm just going to touch on the weather. Today, outside right now, let me just double check. It's about 39 degrees right now, mostly cloudy. Meteorologist Ted Schmidt said we will not have the rain like we did yesterday, which is a good thing. We will see more chances of sun, and it will be a couple degrees warmer than it was yesterday for our Wednesday. But things to look forward to the coming days. It's just going to gradually get warmer and warmer for seasonal standards, at least, and then the weekend looks very nice. Basically, lots of sun and no chances of rain and pretty good fall temperatures for us. So keep that in mind as you're packing up and getting your stuff ready for heading out the door today, or whatever you're doing for the day. Just keep that in mind in the weather department. And if you have any other questions about the weather or need more information, obviously I'm not a meteorologist, so I don't have all of the scientific things behind creating a forecast. However, we have many meteorologists here at KTTC that do that for their living. Obviously, they're trained in that, and we have all of that information to keep you informed on the weather 24/7. You can look at that at kttc.com. All right, that is all that I have for you today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a good couple of days ahead of you here, because I will be off for the next couple of days, but you will be in good hands. We will still bring you Morning Pulse when we can, most likely with Aaliyah Demry, our reporter here at KTTC. So stay tuned for that, and I hope that you have a good day and a good weekend ahead of you, and I will see you next week.